So someone asked me recently how I create these pages where I'm running a session for my Ask Me Anything sessions once a month, and when the session has started, this link no longer works. People can't register for the session once this time has passed. Once it's already started, they have to wait for the next one. And in fact, when they try to register for it, they land on this page to say that the Ask Me Anything session has passed and that I run them on the last Wednesday of every month. Now, this month was a little bit different because I did run an extra session on the first Wednesday of the month because the February session didn't record. So I'm just going to run you very quickly through my entire process for getting this set up every month so that it's super quick for me to do, and so it kind of minimizes any chance of kind of human error. It's just a few steps that I need to take. So the tool that I use for this button to bring up a pop-up for people to opt in is called ConvertBox. I use it for all of my live events, for any promos that I'm running. I used to run it for all of my challenges. For any opt-ins like lead magnets or freebies, I use this platform. It's brilliant. It's the unsung marketing hero in my business. So at the moment, you can see this was for the March the 4th session. Instead of creating a new one every month, I just amend the same one. So the session later on this month will be on the 25th, and you can see the time stays the same. The form stays the same, but there's a little change that I will make that I'll show you in a second. And then this countdown timer here is what makes the ConvertBox. It disables the ConvertBox and it redirects them to that page that says that they've missed the session. So the ConvertBox is basically just the pop-up. This is what people see on the page when they click to opt in. So if I change this timer, the countdown timer, so that it is going to be at midday on the 25th. So now this is actually correct. And then I need to change the tag in the form. So when someone fills out this form, there's a few things that happen. The first thing is once they fill it out, they are redirected to a confirmation page to say that they have opted in and that all the details are in their inbox. But it also gives them a tag, which enables me to send them the replay for that specific one that they have registered for. So I'm going to edit tag. So this one does say March and the session is in March, but because I ran two, I have a second March tag. And just to show you, I do the tags for the whole year. So you'll see I've got August 2026, November 2026. So towards the end of the year, I'll do all the ones for 2027, just so that I don't have to go through every month and create a new tag. It's already in there, and it just cuts out another step for me to take in my email marketing platform. So I'm going to save this tag. I'm going to click on save. And then in ConvertBox, you get some display options. So when the visitor clicks the link, so that's the button on the opt-in page, that's when it's going to show, it's going to bring up the pop-up so that people can opt in. And then the launch is also important. So this, at the moment, I want to make sure that it's actually active. So because this schedule has ended, that ConvertBox doesn't go anywhere at the moment. So if I click on it, nothing happens. So as soon as I change the date on it, it reactivates that ConvertBox. I could actually just leave it so that it's active all the time. And what that will mean, if I just click on save, it will mean that when somebody clicks on this, it will just take them to, because it's now active. I was going to say, if that countdown time had expired, it would now take them to this page. So I'm just going to leave it as always active. Otherwise, people might click on the button and think that nothing's happening. So the page, then I need to change the details on the page. But the only thing I need to change, so it's all completely generic, nothing needs to change on the page except the date. So I'm just going to change this date in here. I use Divi for my page builder. And so it's just very straightforward for me to go ahead and change that. Everything else remains exactly the same. There's nothing else in here. So then I can exit that page builder and it's done, it's ready to go. But then I do also need to change the automation. So the first thing I need to do is I need to change, because they're going to receive an email once they've opted in, and that is triggered by them joining this automation. So when I come in here, I'm going to change this automation to this tag for the 2nd March session. And then the other thing I'm just going to change is the Zoom link. So I grabbed the Zoom link earlier. So in here, I'm going to change that date, and I will change this Zoom link. So I'm just going to pop that in. I'm actually just going to check, because sometimes, in fact, let me just remove it completely. Sometimes the link doesn't in fact change, it just changes the text on here. So, and everything else remains the same. So I'm just keeping it really straightforward. Nothing else needs changing on here, except who I'm sending it to. So when I send out the reminder emails for people that they can come along to a session, I need to make sure that anyone with that tag is not included in that reminder. So I'm not asking people who've already registered to register again. But this, I don't need to change the subject line because it's all completely generic. I can click on finish, and that's the automation finished. So the whole process probably takes me less than 10 minutes, probably takes me 5 minutes to do every month. And then it just means I can start telling people that it's happening, or I can add it into my Sunday newsletter to let people know that it's coming up. And that's it. So now if I was to go onto the page itself and I click on this button, we get the opportunity to go ahead and sign in. And when I sign in here, in fact, I will just do it. It will mean that I then receive that email. So you can see it says that I'm in. Even on the thank you page, I don't have anything on here to say about the date. This is a completely evergreen page so that it just carries on time and time again. So that's how I just create that process. So it's really straightforward. All I needed for this process was the opt-in page, the thank you page, which you're looking at now. I also have the page where it says that they've missed the session. I created the ConvertBox and the email automation. So once you've got those set up, then it's just a 5-minute process to switch things out. And you could do this with this kind of Ask Me Anything session. You could be doing it with a monthly webinar, anything that works for you so that people know that it's happening. And if I wanted to, I could be putting another ConvertBox on my website to tell people that it's happening. I might do that like a week before the actual session. And I can schedule that so it appears a week before and it ends, like it no longer shows up when the actual session starts. And that means that I don't then need to come back, reschedule it, and all that good stuff. So that's how it works. Hopefully that is useful.